Super excited about today and our online workshop that we're doing. Yay! So I see that some of you are starting to jump in. Hello, hello, hello. Let's see if I can get up with comments. I see Angelique and Judy. I know some I've already missed. The comments go by super quickly, right? Let's see if I can see on another tab here. Sometimes that's easier. So hopefully this is popping into everyone's news feed and you are finding me, right? Super excited. So we will have, this is being recorded. So it's right here in this Facebook group. I will also upload it to YouTube and you guys will have several weeks to watch the replay. Oh, good. Hey, Paula, so glad you're there. And Tess, hey, Susie, Ruthie. Oh, so many of you jumping in. Yay, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, so I'll leave it out here until we do our next online workshop. Of course, I leave it on YouTube. You can always find it again later if you need to. So, all that funness, right? Yay, we gotta love it, gotta love it. So I'm just chatting. Say hello. I love all the comments that you guys put in the group so far. Hey, Polly, nice, and Jen. Very, very exciting to see everybody. Yes, I'm in North Carolina as well, which you already knew that, right? I bet you did. I'm not new to you, Polly. I know this. Right? So I thought today we would just get together and have a little bit of crafty fun, right? What a better way to start our weekend. I actually have an event. So I've got my team shirt on, right? So one of my team members, Jennifer Hamlin, likes to host our North Carolina demonstrators quarterly event. So it's an event for Stampin' Up! Demonstrators. And each event is different. Different teams do different things, but Jennifer likes to do the fall one, and I end up helping her each time. So she does all the hard stuff, right? Like she designs all these fabulous projects. She gets the venue. She makes sure that, we have little things like toilet paper throughout the day. I wouldn't think of that, right? Make sure we have snacks and food and all kinds of good things. And my job is to basically be the MC for the day and do all the videos and help everybody create all the fantastic projects. And oh boy, do we have so many fantastic projects. So that kicks off this afternoon. Well, the pre-event stuff kicks off this afternoon, and then we have a full day tomorrow as well. So my weekend is jam-packed. So why not add in an online workshop to kick off the fun, right? Yes, 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 yes. Oh, yes, so many of you jumping in. Yay, Margaret, Jean, Tanya, Carol. Yay, 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 yay. Duska. Oh, did I say that right? That's a neat name. I've not heard that one before. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I love that you guys are jumping in. Okay, we're a couple minutes past 11:30, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of tell you guys what we're doing today. Let's see. Where is it? There it is. All right, perfect. I got to have my notes, right? Otherwise, I don't know what I'm talking about. So welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you don't already know me, I'm Wendy Lee, and you can find me at creativeleeyours.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the US. But I am thrilled, just thrilled that you're starting off your weekend doing a little bit of paper crafting with me. So I love that we have people jumping in from all over. Yay, that's so much fun. So much fun. All right, so what we're doing today. This is just so that I can share my love and joy of paper crafting with you, right? So then you can go share it with others as well. So this is supposed to be relaxing and fun. Our crafting is going to get our natural endorphins going. And of course, we get to share this with everyone else when we send our handmade cards to them. Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. So I have been a demonstrator for about 21 years. I, I might have just passed 22. I need to go do my math. I've been full-time since November of 2019, which is not typical, right? Like there's not a lot of demonstrators that do this full-time, but I do. I am married to a wonderful, supportive man. Let's see, am I frozen? No, I'm moving. Okay. I just had it scrolled funny. All right. So yes, I'm married to a wonderful and supportive man. His name is Mike, and you might see him occasionally in things. He helps me out. He's my, as I call him, my shipping manager. I have two grown children that I'm very, very proud of. My daughter, and her family live about an hour away. So I'm excited about that. They've been here time flies. So I say a year, but it's probably been 2, maybe even longer. I don't know. But so that means I get to see my granddaughter Arlie quite often. She just turned 8. She's so wonderful. And then I have my son and his family live in Hawaii. He's in the Navy. So he's stationed there right now. So we get to go take a Christmas visit to Hawaii. I'm excited about that. And they have a 3-year-old Bonnie, and she's adorable as well. So great family, great support. Love it, love it, love it. So, all right. So today is an online workshop. So normally you would have a host, and then that host would invite their friends. I would come in and teach the paper crafting with the best products, of course, Stampin' Up, right? The host would keep the samples I make and earn all the host rewards. Today, I'm the host, right? So I'm giving back all the rewards in the ordering special. So you've got some gifts coming your way if you choose to participate in them. And you don't have to, right? So if you're in the US, there's a special for you in placing an order with me using the event host code. And if you're international, you can't shop with me in my Stampin' Up store. Stampin' Up doesn't allow that. I'm only allowed to sell in the US. But I do have a tutorial store, and so there's an opportunity for you to shop there and also earn some rewards. So that has been posted in our group. I'll remind you again later about that and what the gifts and stuff are. But we want to get to our crafty fun today, right? So let me go ahead and switch the camera over. I will pre-warn you, if you've not been with me before, when I go live, my camera has a mind of its own. So I go live through Zoom, which you could probably see on the screen. And there's a lot of great benefits with that. But there was an iPhone update, I don't know, it's been a while ago, and something called continuity camera. I'm probably not pronouncing it properly, but that has gone wonky. So if I turn it off, I have a bowed screen and you can't tell what anything is. If I leave it on, it likes to wander, right? It will sometimes zoom in on strange and crazy things. So it could be interesting, or maybe it will behave today. We will see. So let me go ahead and switch the camera over, and let's get started with our crafty fun, shall we? All right, let me see if I can find it. Oh, I made it little on my screen, which is always hard. Always hard when I do that. Let's see if I can make it big again. Well, that didn't work. Pooh. Got it. All right, I'm going to switch the camera over. Let's hope for the best. Yay, so far so good, right? It's actually focused on the projects that we're going to be creating today. So I need to put my earbuds in so you guys can hear me, right? Let me do that. Alrighty. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Carmen, glad you're here today. Let me just kind of scroll up and see if I see any. Nan is here. Yay. Pat. All right, perfect. You guys are finding me. I love that. Good, good, good. Okay, so this is what we're creating today. Yeah, Jean, I'm excited about these cards as well. So first of all, what we're doing is I am featuring the Decorative Trees Dies. Oh, here we're going to zoom in. Gotta love that, right? Come on, my camera. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. So we are featuring these lovely Decorative Trees Dies. I love, love, love these. They're just so cool, right? There's lots of great little intricate pieces. We've had trees in the past and some lovely ones, but there's something about these that really call to me. Now, there is a coordinating stamp set that goes with it that I'm not using today. So you can get this in a bundle and save 10%. And there's some great things you can do with the stamp set. Don't get me wrong. But I wanted to really feature the dies. So this is why I'm calling this the Decorative Trees online workshop. But we're also pulling in a bundle. You got to have some sentiments. And since I chose not to grab this one, I'm pulling in my favorite holiday greeting stamp set, which is the Greetings of the Season. I love this one. There's just something that draws me to it. This is in our online exclusive, so you will not find this in a catalog anywhere, okay? So if you're looking in the catalog, that's why it's not there. It's in our online exclusives. and it is bundled with these fantabulous label dies. I love these as well and have used these products so very much. So this is what we're using today. This is our main things, right? We're going to pull in some other products, of course, because that's just what I do. But this will get us started. All right. So these are our 4 projects that we're going to make, and I'm going to take you through all the details. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I want to talk about is these trees, these die cut trees. So like I said, these are fabulous, but they're all pretty intricate, right? Like you've got some open, like this tree here, this open die we're going to use as well. But you've got a lot of these little intricate dies. Sometimes that's difficult to adhere to your project, right? Like this one wouldn't be too bad. This one's actually not too bad. This one's not too bad. This one's not too bad. And this one's okay. This one and this one are difficult to adhere if you do not have, oh, look at that. So my camera wants you to see my belly. Nobody wants to see my belly. Maybe we can get it back in it's centered, right? Okay, so I have found that if I can die cut the paper with adhesive sheets on the back, it's so much simpler. But that adds a layer of difficulty, right? Because now you've got more to cut through. And sometimes that makes it a little more difficult. But I'm going to show you in case you've never used adhesive sheets. So we're doing all of our intricate die cutting on gold foil. So I've got a piece of gold foil and I've got a little piece of the adhesive sheet. So they come in 6 by 12 and there's like 12 sheets in a pack. They're fantastic, worth getting. And let's see if I can get this started. So I'm going to remove the backing paper and it's going to expose a sticky piece of paper. So you just put this on the back of your paper that you're going to die cut. Take your bone folder and give it a good rub, right? Get that down really well. And then now you're ready to run this through your die cutting machine. Okay. So, oh, look, you get to see all my mess on the sides too. Gotta love the camera. Oh, it's making me crazy. Why? I do not know. Anyway. Oh, now it really wants you to see down here. Come on, camera. Stop messing with me. We'll see if I can get it to, maybe because I don't have a card out here and it doesn't know where to go. Yeah, it's going to keep zooming out. So you just see all my junk on the side here, which I don't normally like to show. But anyway, it's fine. We all have work surfaces with stuff everywhere. So this is what I'm doing to get all these intricate die cuts. Now, with the class special, when you place a $50 or greater order, if you're in the US, you're going to get the card kits to make these projects. None of the trees will be die cut. You'll have the cardstock, but I'm not pre-die cutting that for you. Okay. I just want to make sure I'm clear on that on this one. Now, if you're international, you're going to get the tutorial when you spend the $50. No, $35. Anybody spends $35, they're going to get the full tutorial. US spend 50, you get the packet as well as the All-Star Video Class Tutorial Bundle, where the international people will get just the All-Star tutorial bundle because I can't send you products, right? I'm not allowed to. It's against Stampin' Up policy, right? So let's get started with our first project. So I've got all my little pieces and parts ready to go. So I'm going to start off with a 8.5 by 5.5 basic beige as my card base. So this is just a half sheet of cardstock. You just cut it in half. Get my bone folder and give that a good crease, right? And then I want to bring in a piece of Pretty Peacock. Now, let's see, my cheat sheet. This is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So again, if you spend $35 using the event host code, which has already been posted, and I will share it again, then you will get the PDF tutorial for these. It's got all the measurements, it's got all the supplies, and it's got the written instructions. So you will get all of that if you place an order. If you don't, that's fine. You're watching the video. You can stop and pause. I'll give you measurements. I'll answer questions. It's all going to be good. So we're going to put this down. Now I've got a piece of Pretty Peacock that is 4 1/4 by 1 inch, and I'm going to lay this down across. I'm a Stampin' Seal gal. Stampin' Seal might not be your thing, but that is my go-to. Oh, it looks like one of my lights went out. Let's see if I stepped on it and unplugged it. Oh, I totally did. Hopefully the camera doesn't zoom over while I'm fixing the lights. But you never know, it might. It might. See that? There we go. That's a little bit better. All right, so we're going to put this layer down. You got to love all the technical difficulties, right? I try. I do try. All right, now I've got a piece of Lost Lagoon. Now, I like to do a little paper saving when I can. So I have used the open tree die from the Decorative Trees Dies and cut out the center of that because I'm going to cover it up. So I'm going to go ahead and set this aside because I'll need that tree. Okay, and then I'm going to pull in, let's see, this measured 3 by 4. And then I've got a piece of designer paper is 2 7/8 by 3 7/8. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and adhere these together. Now I'm not seeing comments come through. So if you guys are asking me questions and I'm missing it, tag me and I will make sure that I go back after and answer any questions if I don't see them pop up in the comments. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to pop this up on my card base. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. I like popped up layers. Now I'm using my black Stampin' Dimensionals today. You can use the white ones too. It doesn't matter, but I'm using the black ones. And you guys have probably seen me do this. So on my white ones, I have these highlighted with a highlighter. And I get a lot of questions about this. But I'm doing this because as I've aged, my eyesight's not so good, even with really good lighting. So I know when you take the backing paper off, they're shiny, but I can't see that anymore. So I make a lot of cards, right? And I'm spending a lot of time either missing that I didn't pull them off, or checking and checking and checking to see if I pulled them off. Now the black ones are nice because you can see that they're black, right? When you pull the backing paper off. So it's super easy to see. So I don't highlight those because I don't have the same issue, right? I'm gonna pop that up on there. Nice. I'm not sure if I popped up the original. I didn't, but I'm improvising today. I'm doing whatever I want to, whenever I want to, right? All right. So this lovely, lovely, lovely tree that we cut out of our Lost Lagoon layer, we have taken a piece of gold foil and I put adhesive sheet on the back, just like I showed you guys a minute ago, and then ran through this lovely tree with the snowflake image on it. Isn't it pretty? I love it. It's so shiny and beautiful. And I am going to remove the backing paper. So again, you don't have to die cut these with adhesive sheets on the back. I just think it's so much easier, right? Now, the one negative about adhesive sheets is it's super sticky. And so sometimes it sticks better to your finger as you're trying to place it than it does anything else. So I must have had a seam in here and it came apart. See if I can get this. Oh, I had it. There we go. Now, a lot of times the adhesive sheet will pull out the little bits for you in the die that are stuck in the die. Not always, but see, like that one did. That's great. So sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It'll all work out in the end. You just have to be a little careful pulling that off. Get that little bit out. Let's see, did anything come off down here? No, there's some adhesive sheet there. And let's see if I've got a little bit more in that corner. I must have had a pieced up one that I put on here because it is coming off in little pieces. All right, perfect. I think I got it all off. Now, I found with these, I do best, you have to figure out you, but I do best if I put the point up at the top of the solid tree first and kind of work my way down. So again, my fingers are sticking to that adhesive sheet because it's super, super sticky, which is what I want, right? I don't want my fingers sticking to it, but I want a super sticky. So it all stays together. And if I just work my way down and kind of push that down in, it's going to adhere fine, right? Now, if you don't have adhesive sheets, I highly recommend you got some. Or maybe you're not a fan of those and you want to use liquid glue. You do you, and you do what makes your heart happy, okay? All right, let's adhere this on. Of course, I'm going to dimension this up as well. You don't have to, but I do prefer it that way. There we go. Excessive, but I don't care. I'm cheerful. I'm having my start of my Christmas cards. Actually, I've been making Christmas cards for a while. Have you guys done? You have a design yet? Where are you in your process? Ordered products? Don't know yet? Maybe these are going to be your Christmas cards. We'll find out, right? Okay, so I have pulled in, these are the iridescent foil gems, and they have just they're clear with like a little gold fleck. You can color these to make them any color you want with your Stampin' Up markers. I'm going to use them as they are, and I am going to just add on a few into the center of these little snowflakes that are in this die cut element here. Kind of adds a little bit of a ornament feel, if you will. But I think that adds a really nice touch, right? And then let's add on a little bow. So I've got some of this gold decorative trim. So this comes in both gold and silver together. I could cut this to length. I need about 9 inches, but I like to leave it on the strand if I can. So I'm going to make my 2 loops. Carol, I'm glad you're able to catch me live as well, right? I pick strange times to go live. I like to go live in the middle of the day, right? I'm hanging out. You guys can hang out with me, take a little break. We won't tell our bosses, right? Hopefully closed captions is on and you don't have to watch with sound if you don't want to, right? All right, so I got my bow. I was holding the knot. Sorry, I didn't tell you what I was doing. Holding that, pulling the legs to kind of work with my bow a little bit to get it as pretty as I can. I'm not going to go for perfection. And then I'm just going to clip off what I don't need here. Set that aside. Let's grab our glue dots, or those that know me well know that I call these boogers. That's a whole nother story we can get into if we need to. But let me just grab one of theirs. Oh, hey, Beverly. So glad you're here as well. Clearwater, Kansas. We lived in Kansas for a while when I was young. Kansas City. Kansas side, though. All right, so I'm going to put a wad of glue dot booger right there. And I'm going to just push the knot of my bow right in there. So I don't like a bow that looks like it's just randomly stuck on, but I feel like this is okay because I've got my strip here, and you could run the ribbon around here, but if you're going to make a whole stack of Christmas cards, you might need a lot of this ribbon. So this just adds a subtle touch, I think, right? Cute. All right, let's add a layer to the inside. You could leave this blank and you could write right inside here. Beige is a really great color. It's a neutral. It allows, it's a light color, so you can always get into that. But I'm adding a piece of very vanilla that is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So I'm taking my sizes from the front, and I want to stamp my sentiment on it. So let's see. I'm going to stamp Happy Holidays. Now I'm going to use Pretty Peacock ink on this one. Oh, good. You guys like it? Yeah, I like the boogers too. I shouldn't call them boogers, but I, it's all good. Okay, I've chosen to put the happy and the holidays on the block together. They're individual stamps, so you can use them individually or together, but I'm being a little lazy here. I'm gonna go in for the fast, easy. Let's hope I do all right. Yes. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. So I chose to use Pretty Peacock on this one. You could use anything. Yes, the dies were still in stock when I looked earlier today. But yeah. Oh, good. So this worked out good time-wise for you. It's early, I know, on the West Coast, but maybe not too early. All right, so let's go ahead and put this layer down. I'm starting off your day, maybe, if you're on the West Coast. All right, and I'm just going to slide this inside. Now, sometimes I do way more on the inside, right? I wanted to keep these super simple with the idea of, wow, we might make a stack of Christmas cards, right? You could stamp on the inside. You could bring little strips of your leftover designer paper, right? How about bringing those and putting those on the inside? That would look nice. If you wanted to add more layers, you totally could do that. I just wanted to keep this somewhat simple. So card 1 is done. Yay! What do you guys think? Love it? I hope so. I hope so. All right, this is card 2 that we're going to be working on. So let me get out my supplies for this one. All right, we are going to start off with a crumb cake card base. So 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. We're going to fold this in half. Oh, good, Barbara. I'm glad you like them. Yay, Susie. Yeah, this paper So I didn't even tell you what the designer paper is. It's the Season of Elegance designer series paper. It is in our, excuse me, it is in our mini catalog. Of course, you see it in the online store as well. But I love it. It's fabulous. It's intended to go with the whole Peaceful Season suite. But one of my favorite things about Stampin' Up! Is that you can mix and match and do whatever you want to do. Yay! Oh, good. Glad you guys like it. All right. So my layer that I'm going to put on the front of this is 5 inches by 3 3/4 basic beige. And I am using this new fabulous Forever Plaid 3D embossing folder. Now, this was still available when I looked last. I didn't look right before I went live, but I think this is still available. One of my favorite things about it, not only is it huge, right? I think all embossing folders should be this big. It's a 3D embossing folder, so you get great depth. And I love that I can put it in here crooked, or I can put it in here straight. So I've done, with the cards, I've done 3 different things. So this one, I've kind of put askew like this, right? This one, I did totally on the diagonal. And then this one, I did straight. So they give you just a little bit of a difference in your appearance, which I love, right? If you're doing small pieces, you could put more than one in here and run it at the same time. Oh, yeah, so it wants to zoom in on that card. Let's bring that in then, maybe. All right, so I've already done this embossing. I'm not going to show you how to emboss. You guys know how to emboss, yes? If you don't, let me know. All right, and we're going to adhere this flat. So come on camera, come back over and be with me. So putting that down with some Stampin' Seal. Yeah, so the comments, I get one little line and I get to see one comment when it pops up and then it disappears. It's crazy, 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 crazy. Okay, so then I have got a piece of the designer series paper, and this one is 4 inches by 2.5. And we're going to put this down. I'm going to put it on flat. So the back sides of this paper is still beautiful, but it doesn't have the gold specialty that the front side does. And at first, when I saw this paper, I was like, wow, I don't know how I'm going to use that. But I started using it. I was like, oh my God, it's the best paper ever. Right? Too funny. All right, so my next layer is a 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 cherry cobbler piece of cardstock. Now, another paper saving, I took the little ornament dies from my trees and I die cut the trees, or not the trees, the ornaments out of the center of the layer because they're just little bitties that I need. And then I'm going to put this down, but I want to add a little extra to this one. So I am going to stamp. I'm going to go ahead and get out a scrap paper because I did not prepare my chamois to wipe down my surface. So we'll get out a scrap paper and I want to stamp on this. So I'm bringing in my cherry cobbler ink pad. Okay. And I've got Merry Christmas. Here again, they're separate images from the stamp set, but I put them on my block together. Let's turn that. That'll be easier. And I'm going to randomly stamp Merry Christmas across. Whoa, why is it going over there? Hey, I'm over here. Hey, camera, I'm over here. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. It's coming back. Who knows? Who knows why it does this? Why does it think I need to be focused over there? I do not know. All right, so I am just moving it around because I want this to look like this came out of a patterned piece of paper that had Merry Christmas all over it, right? So kind of fun, right? Can you guys see that? The camera will zoom up. If not, I'm sure. Who knows? Okay. So it's subtle, but I think it's a nice, adds a nice touch, right? I'm going to clean this down because I am going to use it again, but I'm not going to use the full set of words, but I don't want to take them off my block. Because like I said, I've got another event that's happening later today and tomorrow, and I need that stamp for that. All right, move our scrap out of the way, and let's adhere this to our card front. Now, I'm going to adhere this flat. Did I do it flat? I didn't do it flat on the original. No, I'm going to do it flat. Today, I'm going to do it flat. I think I popped it up on the original one. I'm going rogue yet again. All right, we're going to center this top to bottom, left to right, best that we can. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to put that down. Cute. Yay. All right. So then I have a piece of crumb cake that I've cut out with those. I think I just lost a die off there, but I just grabbed this. So this is those Greetings of the Seasons dies, and they do add a hole. Now, if the hole bothers you, cover the hole. Right? You can do it however you want to, which I have covered the hole because the tree is covering it. So I'm going to put this on my layer. Let's use some of our black dimensionals here that we've got. Again, you can use white ones if you prefer. I'm going to put one right over that hole. Maybe you won't even notice it's there if it's got black behind it, right? Good, good, good. What do you guys think? Are we doing okay? I'm so glad you're here with me today. All right, so next, my tree. So I have die cut out of a scrap of Very Vanilla, the full tree. You can see I cut off a corner. It's okay because I'm using the short, one of the shorter decorative dies. And then I've done that swirly one. Ooh, that's gorgeous. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Again, I put adhesive sheet on the back. So let's pull this off like we did on the other one. Hopefully my arthritis will cooperate with me. And we'll get this all off. So Carol, I saw you were here. Am I going to see you this weekend at the quarterly event? I think I saw some of our North Carolina demonstrators here. So we have our event. I mentioned that in Winston. So just like we did, we start at the top. I'm going to work my way down. Now you're like, Wendy, this tree is too long. Well, this is where you just come in and simply clip this off. So when I first got these dies, did I realize this? No, I don't know about you, but it takes me a little longer sometimes to learn some of those things. So anyway, but I am going to use this. Let me clip away these sides that stick out big, right? Because I don't need those. But I want my tree trunk still, right? I think I want that on there. So I'm just going to glue it right back. Put a little adhesive on the bottom. And I can have that attach right to the bottom. Oh, you can't make it this time. Oh, we're going to miss you. Definitely going to miss you. All right. So let's pop this up. Now, I've been using black dimensionals. I can still use black dimensionals on this one, but I think I'm going to switch to my white ones. The supply list, I think, only has the black ones listed, but you guys get it, right? You can use basically what you have on hand and make it your own. So there's my, see, I can see really easily that I've taken the backing paper off or not with my little highlighter that I've put on there. And then now this can go right on my card front. And I'm strategically placing the very tip top of my tree over that hole. So maybe it's not quite as noticeable. Love, 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 love. All right, let's do our little baby ornaments. Now these are a little small, a little bit more tedious to work with. Let's see, I got some glue on my mat here. I need to clean off. All right, so there's our three little ornaments. I've got them turned upside down, and let me grab my mini Stampin' Dimensionals. Let's see if I can grab those. Okay, there's one. Let's see if we can get it on this too. And one more. There's three. Yay. All right, so let's get these down. And we'll put these right on our project here. So just cute little decoration that you can add in. The dies have everything. There's a garland in there too that would look really nice if you didn't want to do the ornaments. But I love this swirly tree. There's something about it that I'm just like, it's so cute. So I realized the other night, we were talking about this. Jean told me this was part of my trademark. I did not realize until I was talking with my husband that I say something is stinking cute or super cute extremely often. So I don't know if that's a signature for me or not, but I do think that it's super cute. I do. All right, so let's add in a few of our little embellishments here. I'm going to stay with the little ones. Oh, we're going to focus on the other card. Okay. All right. I don't know why. I do not know why. Come back to me. It wanted to know where I got those embellishments from. Come on back. Come on back over. Yeah. Come on. Come over. Come back. We're over here. We're over here. Okay. So now I'm going to tie another little bow, just like I did before. So again, I need about 9 inches or so. I like my loops crisscross. One goes in the hole and back out. So even if you don't have these decorative tree dies, maybe you've got some other tree dies that you love and you just don't want another set of dies, right? Although these are fantastic. Or maybe you've got little a wreath of some sort. You know, play with it. I think you can use these layouts with your different images that you've got and mess around with it, right? I think it'll all work. No, it's time to go get glue dots. Maybe I need to keep the glue dots closer to me. All right, so I'm grabbing a little glue dot. I'm going to put it on the back of my knot. I'm going to slide this. I'm going to tuck it right under this tree. I'm going to give that a push. So that is all down into that glue dot and all secure. Cute. All right, let's add something to the inside. So we're going to add a sentiment on our very vanilla layer. So my very vanilla layer is 5 inches by 3 3/4. So we kept it the same as the outside. I'm going to stamp this one in Cherry Cobbler. Yeah, sorry the camera is going so rogue. Hopefully it's not making anyone nauseous. It makes me crazy, and if I knew how to fix it, I would. I've got some tech help in with Zoom because I think it's a Zoom issue. I don't think it's an iPhone issue. Zoom is the only platform I have the issue with. All right. There we go. So our sentiment is stamped. Again, if you wanted to bring some of the design to the inside, grab that designer series paper. Or if you've got the decorative tree stamp set, you could stamp some images, some coordinating images. Okay, got this down. Place this on the inside. Beautiful. And of course, you could always add a pocket and make this a gift card holder. Super fun. All right, card 2 is done. What are you guys feeling? You happy? Not happy? Loving what we're doing? Ready to try these? All right, next. This one is again a basic beige card base, 8.5 by 5.5. We're going to fold this in half. Oh, good. Susan, I'm glad you like it. Yay, Carol, thank you. So glad you guys are enjoying these. Good deal. Okay, so my layer, I have got a mossy meadow layer that I'm going to put on, and it is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. Okay, and then I've got a basic beige layer that is 5 by 3 3/4. Okay, I've got my designer series paper, which is 4 by, no, I'm reading this wrong. 4 3/4 by 1.5. Okay, so we're going to start there. Oh, good. Thank you so much, Sue. I appreciate that. Now we're going to do our paper saver. We are going to cut our tree right out of the center of that mossy meadow layer, right? So we're going to save a little paper. We're going to double dip that guy. Okay. And then I want to adhere my layers on and do something with my ribbon before I put it on my card base. Oh, probably dangerous to put that down there, right? With this crazy camera. All right, we're going to adhere this down. So guys, I don't think I told you, these are the make and takes that I am doing with my team this month. So every single month, oh, you have a love-hate relationship with adhesive paper. I hear you. I hear you. It's it has its purpose and I love it, but sometimes it makes it a little difficult to cut or it sticks to my fingers and not to everything else. Yeah, I understand what you're saying there. But yes, these are the make and take. So every month I design a full class for my team. And they have the option. You're gonna order the trees. Yay! Yeah, I know. We need more trees, but these are fantastic. I'm telling you, they're so cool. All right, so I've cut off a length of ribbon here. You just want it longer than your layer. So approximately what? 6 inches or so. And I'm cheating. I'm not tying it. I'm going to do what I call cheater, and I'm going to just adhere the ends to the back. Okay. So yeah, so I design a full card class or a full class, it's not always just cards, for my team every month. And they have the option to participate if they would like to in our make and takes, which is a fun way to do a little paper crafting. So they get the tutorials either way or have access to the tutorials either way. So if you guys are interested, if you're not yet a demonstrator and you're interested in learning more about joining my team, or just you're gonna, then just let me know and I'll help you get signed up. There's a fantastic starter kit special going on right now, which gives you an extra $30 in free product, and the kit ships free. So that's awesome as well. All right, so we've got this layer, we've put it on our card front. Our ends of our ribbons are tucked around the design. Oh yeah, it would work really well with the old tree punch. Now the old tree punch is a little bit small. These are a little bit bigger, but I still think it would work. You could kind of scale your sizes down a little bit. All right, so I've got a piece of mossy meadow. Let me see what my measurement is so I don't tell you incorrectly, because I will. Okay, it's 2 7/8 by 3 1/8, and it's gonna go right here. And then I've got a piece of 2 3/4 by 3 inch in the basic beige that I've already embossed. And see, I did it a little more on the straight diagonal. If that makes any sense, right? Let me grab that folder again. Show you what I mean by that. So I did it more like straight up and down like this. So it would be a true diagonal. And I'm going to place that right on there. So let me go ahead and adhere these layers together. Hopefully I'm staying in camera. That's the hard part. I get so excited about what I'm working on that I forget sometimes that you guys need to be able to see what I'm doing, right? It's all good. All right, so that is adhered together, and I need to pop this up because I feel the need, right? You don't have to pop yours up, but I'm going to. I like it. The tree is so pretty, Ruthie. I agree with you. This is simple, but they add, just cutting into this gold foil just adds that beautiful touch, right? You could do glimmer paper. I did a whole glitzy Christmas. Kits are in process for those that ordered that, by the way. I did a whole glitzy Christmas using the festive glimmer paper, and oh my God, those are gorgeous as well. Totally different style, right? But equally stunning. All right, so we're putting this little square right here. I'm sort of equal distance on these three sides. You do you, right? All right, let's go ahead and tie another bow. We'll finish the tree and all that too, but I've got ribbon on my mind. So let's go ahead and do our ribbon. So again, I need about 9 inches to do my little bow here. Do my loops, crisscross, one goes through the hole and back out. Grab my knot, pull my ends, tighten my bow. And you can do that multiple times if you need to. Some ribbons are harder to work with than others. This one's not bad. It doesn't make the most beautiful bow I've ever seen in my lifetime, but it is really pretty. We have a new gold cord coming our way. I think it's actually called a linen thread that is stunning. So we can get, as demonstrators, we can pre-order items from our online exclusives right now, which will be available for customers in November. And we've got some fantastic things coming our way. One is that lovely gold thread I'm talking about. All right, I'm gonna push my glue dot right down into that, or push my bow right down into that glue dot. Okay, so let's finish our focal point. This is the fun part, I think. All right, do I have a tree? I do. I have a die cut tree. All right, now I want to change this up a little bit. I'm going to bring in my cherry cobbler Stampin' Blend marker, and I'm using the dark one. And I want to make these berries. I probably ought to grab that scrap piece of paper because I tend to color my glass mat, which you can get off with some rubbing alcohol. Okay, I'm going to color the berries right on this foil with my cherry cobbler blends. and kind of change that up a little bit. So isn't that kind of cool how you can do that? Have you guys tried this before? Have you colored on your foil paper with your blends? I'd love to know if you have. So you can go over a few times if you need to get the color, the depth of color you want. It's going to be a little bit lighter because you're on foil, right? I'm just going to, give a little scribble. So you could use embellishments if you prefer, but this keeps some of the bulk out. And we do have those fabulous berry embellishments that would work great for this, but I didn't want the height, right? I wanted it something simpler. So what do you guys think? Do you like it colored? I think it's cool. All right, so we are going to adhere this one. So again, I've used adhesive sheet on the back. Yes, one reason you love blend. So Jean, you've colored on foil before. Good for you. All right, my arthritis is not cooperating. Some days it's easy and some days it's hard. Let me pick a different spot. Let's see if I do better. Yeah, color is good. I think so too, Tony. All right, did I get it? No. All right. I'm gonna go to the bottom. We're gonna try the bottom. Maybe I'll do better down there. Unless I didn't cut this one out with adhesive sheet. Wouldn't that be funny if I didn't? And I think that there's adhesive sheet on it. I'm wondering if I didn't. I don't think I did. Look at that. Crazy me. All right, let's use some liquid glue on this one. This one's easier. So I'm gonna put some dabs of liquid glue. Now, you guys know I have a love-hate relationship with liquid glue. It's not my favorite adhesive, but it would be really hard to use Stampin' Seal on something like this. So I'm going to put some little dots of glue. I should have done this earlier and let it dry. I'm going to let it dry for just a minute. Oh, your trees arrived today. Yay. Awesome. All right. I'm going to set this aside for just a moment, right? I want that glue to dry for just a smidge because I tend to make a hot mess and I don't like being sticky. So we're going to let that dry for just a moment. Let's do our banner. So my banner, I use the Peaceful Seasons dies. Have you guys used these yet? They've got banners, they've got labels, they've got the Christmas. I don't have them out on a card yet. I've already bought 2 sets of these because I've used them so much. And I love this banner. It's my favorite. Why? I don't know. But there's something about it that just speaks to me. That super cute little banner. All right, there I go again. We're super cute. All right. Yeah. So Nan, I actually think that I didn't put adhesive sheet on the back of that one. I think I was, trying to show that you could do it by just liquid glue and forgotten. All right, I am going to stamp Mary on this banner, and I'm going to hope that I actually am on the banner. Yay! Yay, yay, yay. It's all good. All good, all good. Love it when it works. All right, so I've got my banner stamped. I'm not feeling good about that being dry yet. So let's move to the stamping on the inside. I'm going to stamp Christmas to you and yours. So let's grab our vanilla layer. So this is 5 inches by 3 3/4, very vanilla. And remember, I had that Merry Christmas on the block together. And I don't want to take that apart because I'm using it for another project. So let me just make sure I don't have any residue. I did clean it, but my scrub might not be the cleanest it's ever been. All right, so I have cleaned off, I've stamped off the residue. I only want Christmas on this one because I put the Merry on the front, right? So I'm going to ink up just the Christmas. And one of my things that I love about our stamp pads is that they're slightly raised, right? That little foam makes it easy peasy to ink up, and I can check it. I don't have the swirl of that C done very well. Now, you could put some masking tape or something over the other sentiment if you didn't want to remove it from your block, or you could simply take it off the block and reset it. I'm being lazy, right? I've got an event later I need to go to. So I'm going to stamp Christmas, and let's hope I don't get transferred from Mary. Yay! Love it, love it. And then the to you and yours is one image all together. So I'm going to put that right underneath. You could change your colors up if you wanted to. Keeping it all simple. Cherry cobbler. I don't know why I keep putting that ink pad away because I have to keep pulling it back out. All right, so we're going to go to the inside. I'm stalling. Can you tell? I want that tree to be dry. Okay, we're going to add some Stampin' Seal on our layer. And we'll put this in. Perfect. And then I'm going to go ahead and go in and build this tree. All right, I'm going to hope that this is dry enough that don't get too much glue ooze, but I'm going to do the same methodology. I'm going to start at the top and kind of work my way down. Oh, we're going to zoom in and out. You can see my mess. Does your craft space look like that when you're crafting? The mess I have? Probably, right? It's all good. All right, so just like I did on the other one, I'm going to trim away this excess on the bottom, but I'm going to put it back on and I'm going to do something a little different this time. So I want to leave some of this bottom, a little bit more of that bottom showing. So let's go ahead and add, yeah, definitely a mess. Mine for sure is. You should see so this is just my demonstration cart, which is typically piled high with stuff, but I have a workspace that I also use, and you can't even see the table at this point because it was time to design for Forget-Me-Not and Cultivated Creativity. So I've got a couple different programs. My Forget-Me-Not is my Avid card club, and we do fun folds and all kinds of fabulousness. And I am designed, I haven't done tutorials or videos yet, but I am designed for this next month, which I'm excited about. And we're doing all holiday gift card holders for that one. And then isn't that pretty with that extra on the bottom there? Kind of a fun little way to use that, I think. And then I want to adhere this on. I'm going to do this flat because I'm going to pop up that tree, and I've already got some other layers popped up. I don't want to be too crazy. This has to fit in an envelope. I want to mail this out. So put that Mary right on the bottom there. So pretty, so pretty. And we'll add some dimensionals. And then Cultivated Creativity. So registration closes Sunday for our October kit. We're using Sophisticated Sled, one of my other favorites. And we've got 5 fantabulous projects. If you're not a member of that and want information, I do have a link in the group already. I think there's another post going out that has the sneak peek video in it. Oh, super, super, super. Love it. All right, now let's add a few little blings onto this one too. So I'm going to add a couple of the large ones and just put a couple here on the side. Doesn't always have to be the tree that has the decoration on it. Too many layers requires extra postage. If your weight goes over an ounce. So I do have a scale, and you'd be surprised at how many of my cards actually do not require extra postage. So you'd be surprised. So if you don't have it, like, you can use a food scale if you need to. And the post office, if you're in the US, the post office does sell extra ounce stamps, which is not the price of a full stamp. So don't put 2 stamps on. As long as your height, once it's in the envelope, is within 1/4 of an inch tall, and this will work. And this one's not too heavy. This one would be one single. I've got Forget-Me-Not cards that have had some crazy, crazy layers to them. And because we go layer crazy there, and even some of those are not extra postage. But yes, you might have to do a little extra postage. All right, card 3, fabulous. So this one had a little bit more of the layering going on. We got a little bit more complex on this one. Not crazy, but a little bit more. All right, one more to go, and then our fun together is over. I'm so sad. All right, this is going to be our next one, and this is a fun fold. So let me untie. So this is going to open up, and then this is going to be the inside here. Cute, right? I love it. Now, you could easily turn this into a gift card holder as well. And we'll talk about that a little bit if I remember, right? So I love this. Simple, really. Okay. So let me pull in. Well, I don't want to take that too far off the screen because my camera likes to go crazy on me. So this is a piece of 8.5 by 5.5 real red cardstock. Rotate so I can tell you the right way. I scored at 1.5 and 4 1/4. Okay, and then we're just going to fold it. So it's half, really just fold it in half. And you've got a 1.5-inch score line on the end that you're going to fold back. Now on the original card, I adhered this flap down, right? Once I got my layer in there, you can choose to do whatever makes you happy. Okay. So right here, I'm going to put a piece of cherry cobbler. I love mixing real red and cherry cobbler, especially for holiday cards. And so this one, I've done the plaid pretty straight. And this piece is 2.5 by 5.25. And we're just going to adhere it right here on this inner part here. Now, every once in a while, guys, have you run into this, had this happen, where you're running your adhesive on a textured layer? Now, this didn't happen to me today, but sometimes it does. When I run my adhesive on a textured layer, sometimes it will rip the cardstock. So it's okay. I usually just stop, change my direction, change a position of where I'm at, and start again. You can also, that would be a reason to use liquid glue as well. But I don't have it happen too often, and I usually can work my way around it. So we have to decide, do we want to glue this closed like I've got the original, or leave this open? So we can decide that as we go. If you've got an opinion, let me know. All right. And then I've got the lovely designer paper. I've got 2 strips, and they measure 1.25 by 5.25. Okay, so I'm going to put, depending on where you cut in this designer paper, you get a different piece of the print showing. Tony says closed. What do you guys think? That's what I did on my original, was closed. And we could decide at the very end if we need to. All right, so there's that layer as well. So this will look like that. Okay, and so we just got to decide that closed or not. So let's go ahead and do our inside. Glue down. Carol says glue down as well. All right, so I've got a piece of Very Vanilla that's also 2.5 by 5.25. And I'm going to stamp my sentiment. We're going to bring in Season's Greetings with that cherry cobbler ink pad. Oh, everybody's saying closed. All right, we'll go closed. I think that's the majority so far, at least of what I'm seeing. All right, Season's Greetings it is. So we've got straight on Christmas, we've got holidays, we've got Season's Greetings. So really this stamp set has it all for those of you that have a hard preference. I've got some that come to class that only want straight Merry Christmas. They don't want to mess with any holidays or any seasons. They just want it. Oh, I might have cut that off a little bit. No, I got a bigger space than I had planned. That's okay. I might have cut that a little narrow. Still, it's going to look good. All right, so what I could have done that I forgot to say, if you wanted to make this a gift card holder, you could have glued this down on just 3 sides and left this edge open to make a pocket so that you could slide your gift card right in there. Make sense? I hope it does. All right, there we go. So everybody said glue down, so I'm going to glue this down. Of course, I'm going to put dimensionals on it when I glue it down, though. I want a little bit of height. You could glue it flat. You don't have to use dimensionals. Hey, Sheila, so glad you're here. I'm going to be meeting you shortly at the church. All right, now I had a piece of this trim that I had pre-cut for this one. Let me move this extra out. So you want about 18 inches or so of this trim is what I found worked without being too terribly excessive. So I'm going to tie this around, and I'm going to tie this into a bow. Now I'm not worried about where my bow is going to end up right this minute, okay? That's not something I need to be concerned about because I can move it. I'm not adhering anything closed yet. Ooh, my arthritis is getting to me. All right, and was I centered? Not so much. That's okay. I'm okay with it. All right, there's my bow. I'm going to slide this over. And I may have to slide it some more. We'll decide before we glue everything down. All right, so there's my ribbon wrapped around there. Let's work on our label. So I have die cut cherry cobbler with my Greetings of the Seasons label. I love it, love it, love it. Like I said, I've been using these a ton So if you've been in class with me the past couple months, you'll know, right? And then I've got this tree. This is one of my favorites. I just love it. It's very delicate, a little bit hard to use because it is so delicate. And then I've got a gold star. So I did put adhesive sheets on the back of this. I'm like 99.99999% sure I did. Because this one is a little bit difficult to use your liquid glue to put down. At least I think so. All right. We're going to work our way down. I may not even take off all the backing paper. Let me kind of work and see what I've got here. I got some debris on my label here. Well, it's just going to add personality. And we'll set the top of that tree down because this one's super delicate. Super, super delicate. All right, now let's see if I can pull this backing paper off as I go. And it stopped. Darn it. Oh, I had a seam in it. All right, so I'm going to pull some more. Let's get that one down. Oh, it fell off. Okay, I didn't push it down hard enough, I guess. All right, still working down as I go. Oh, so cute. So cute, so cute. All right, let me give it a good push. I think I'm good. I'm a little crooked, but I think I'm good. That tree's a little Charlie Brown. I didn't get it quite straight. You guys liking it? Yes? Good. Good, 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 good. You guys are hanging with me. I love it. I didn't know if I'd be going too long. 4 cards is a lot to do in an hour, hour and a half. All right, and so then I've got my gold star that I'm putting right at the top, and it's just going to cover my hole ever so slightly so it's not so in your face. Because that's what I wanted to do. You don't have to do it that way, but that's what I wanted to do. All right, love it. I love it. Okay, so now I'm going to adhere this label. So obviously my ribbon is in the wrong place. I need to slide my bow over just a smidge more for that to work if I want it placed so that that falls kind of in the middle of that. So, but that's pretty good, right? We could slide over maybe a smidge more if need be. Okay, so I want to lay this down. Oh, we're going to zoom out. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to lay this down. I could put dimensionals right here to hold this in place. And then I know I want to put some dimensionals, a second set, but I want to stay inside of this point. Now, the other thing I could do is I could lay this label where I want it, and I could actually put the dimensionals on this edge of the layer instead, right? And then I would be sure that I am placed so that I don't have any issues. So hopefully I didn't do this. I did this upside down, didn't I? I did. This one needed to go up high because I flipped this backwards, right? All right, we're going to lay that down. We know that this placement's going to work. Okay, now I could put this down. Let's slide this out of the way. I'll put this down right on that fold. Give it a good push. And it's now secured in place. We can untie and see how we did. Love it. Yeah, I love the paper with the gold in it as well. This paper was out of stock, but it was back in when I checked. So I don't think there's anything. Don't mark my words. There could be something I'm using that is out of stock right now, but I believe the majority of what I'm using today is in stock currently to be ordered. Last I looked, anyway. All right. So there's my little bow. Cute. I'm going to clip off that other leg that's a little bit long just because it makes me nuts that I have one short. Okay. So let's add a little bling to this and finish this one off, and then we are done. This is the, I'm going to say it wrong, Season of Elegance paper, I believe. Oh, good. You love these? Good. Oh, it stuck to my Take Your Pick putty. There we go. Put that on. Oh, good. You're going to work on this today. I love it. I'd love to see what other papers and dies people use, right? You don't have to use these dies. All right, so let me bring them all back in so you can see them one more time. That was the fourth card, the third card. I've got them all buried. The second one and the first one. All right, let me switch the camera back over for just a moment. I got my chair is full, right? See if we could switch this over. And say goodbye to you guys. There we go. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm so glad that you joined me today. I love it. So know that I do have the order special that we mentioned. Let me kind of go find it, see what make sure I tell you correctly, because I don't want to tell you incorrectly. And I'll try to make sure I go back and look and see if there's any questions. So if you're in the US and you place an order using the event host code, which is U4EA3MX7, the link's in there, makes it easy for you, right? If you place an order, you're going to get a card in the mail from me. Okay. If your order is, if your order reaches $50, you're going to get the kit packet, right? Your tree dies, your trees won't be cut, but everything else will be cut and ready, embossed for you to go. Okay, so you have everything you need if your order reaches 50. So any order is going to get the PDF tutorial. Okay, so you'll get the instructions for this. And again, if you happen to be on my Diamonds team or join my Diamonds team anytime soon, you'll have access to that for free either way, right? For international, spend $35 in my tutorial store, and there is a link for that in the order special post as well. And you're going to get the PDF tutorial as well. If your order goes over 50, then everybody gets the Splendid Autumn All-Star Video Class Tutorial Bundle. So if you're not familiar with that, that is, I'm in a group of 12 global Stampin' Up! Demonstrators. And it's a really good group I'm privileged to be part of. And every month we focus on a product suite in one of our catalogs, and we design projects. So you get 12 fabulous ideas to go along with your bundle, right? And they're really good projects, right? They're not stinky ones. And they're all video tutorials, so all good stuff, right? So the order special does end on Monday. So you have till Monday to take advantage of that. Let's see. Questions? Are there questions out here? The complete supply list was posted earlier. So if you want the supplies that I used, you want to know what that is, and you're not going to place an order, that's fine. The supplies are out there. You'll have to watch the video to get the dimensions if you don't place an order, and that's fine as well. You do you, right? Oh, good. Pat, you love them? Yay. Yay. Okay, so first and third were your favorites. Okay, nice, nice. Yeah, yeah, I love the designer paper. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, let me double check and make sure I said the right name on that. I'll show you guys which one that is. It is part of the whole Season of Elegance suite. So that's the designer paper right there that we used, is called Season of Elegance Designer Series paper. Yep. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. And then, of course, our decorative tree dies and our greetings of the season dies and stamp sets, all good stuff, right? All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. If you make these projects, share them. I'd love to see what you come up with, right? That's the whole fun of it, right? Is to be able to share our love and what we're creating. I like to see what you do differently than what I did, right? So I got to go pack up and head out. I've got to set up for North Carolina Demonstrators quarterly event. So I'm going to go, and I will see you all again, hopefully next month for our next online workshop. I'm already working on the project. All right. Thank you so much, and bye for now.